Yo, Joshua Yarch, what is up? We are back with the topic of Isaiah Thomas, who used to be a MVP type candidate, averaging nearly 28 points for the Boston Celtics. And now there's been some discussion on maybe he can return into the NBA via free agency and going into a team like the Los Angeles Lakers or maybe different teams out there, or maybe possibly going into a reunion with the Boston Celtics. And he scored 81 points for Jamal Crawford's league. And after that, he became, super emotional. He's saying how the NBA basically gave up on the dude, and that is 100% true. I really think that the Boston Celtics treated him very unfairly, considering that he was an MVP type player and they traded him for Kyrie Irving. Now, at that time, honestly, I do think that Kyrie Irving, he was coming off that 2016 NBA Finals kind of, game clincher, that big shot. And the Boston Celtics were like, this is a chance for, to trade Isaiah Thomas to the Cleveland Cavaliers to acquire someone like Kyrie Irving, which in my opinion, I would say, Kyrie Irving is better than Isaiah Thomas. But for the Boston Celtics, I think Isaiah Thomas was just 100% their guy. I think he was injured, and that's probably possibly one of the reasons the Boston Celtics traded him to the Cleveland Cavaliers. But he was that guy. I definitely think that like Isaiah Thomas, he is that loyal type of dude. He is a loyal type of player that is not gonna do any wrong to the team. And he just, from what I see, he seems like a very, nice dude, a hard worker, and he deserves a spot in the NBA right now. There's some dudes out there that are signing contracts that are, not anywhere near Isaiah Thomas's caliber. Scoring 81 points in a Jamal Crawford league, which is pro-am. So, there is some pro players there that he's going against. Scoring 81 points anywhere is difficult to do. You don't really see high school players scoring 81 points that much, do you? No, you don't. You don't see that happening. And Isaiah Thomas doing that should definitely put him in the running 100% to sign with the team this offseason. I definitely think that will happen. For me, though, the biggest thing is, for him to do is to play some minutes on a team. I don't want him to just be a guy on the bench that just doesn't do anything at all. I think Isaiah Thomas can play some solid minutes. Now, can he be a solid minute type guy in the playoffs? Possibly not. His height isn't that good, but then again, height doesn't really mean anything, in today's NBA, and that's just me like predicting what's gonna happen with Isaiah Thomas. So I like I said, he used to be one of the best offensive point guards in the league, literally, and this guy deserves a chance. I think him going onto a team could help them with experience, help other players be hard workers. I'm very confused how there's other players just signing these like crazy contracts. They're way worse than this dude. And going back to the Isaiah Thomas trade to the Cleveland Cavaliers, I definitely think that the people within the Boston Celtics organization should have took a closer look at Isaiah Thomas's injury, because after he had that injury, I think it occurred in the playoffs. I think it was a hip injury or whatnot. He was never the same at all. He really just was not the same at all. The Boston Celtics organization should have, made sure this guy was healthy and everything before just trading him to get Kyrie Irving. I obviously understand why they wanted Kyrie Irving. Who wouldn't want Kyrie Irving? And obviously that situation didn't end up well with the Boston Celtics anyway. So that trade was just bad for both sides, which a lot of people say, I agree with that. Bad for both sides trade, my guy. Really bad trade for both sides. And, Isaiah Thomas now is just out of the league. No one talks about him. It's sad to see someone average 28 points and almost be an MVP candidate and then just go from out of the league and no teams are signing him, which I think will change. Like I said, let's see what happens in this offseason. Boston Celtics, man, don't even go into this guy at this point. I don't even think Isaiah Thomas wants to go back with the Boston Celtics because it just wouldn't make any sense, really. He's kind of realizing, they betrayed him. They 100% betrayed him. That was supposed to be their guy, and them trading them to the Cleveland Cavaliers it was iffy. It was iffy. But with that being said, that is going to wrap up things for this video. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, Isaiah Thomas, my guy, can get signed this offseason. I really want to see that happen. Maybe a team like the 76ers, Bucks, maybe a team like the Toronto Raptors can pick him up. Boston Celtics, don't touch him. Do not touch this dude. Boston Celtics, do not touch this dude. Don't do it. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up things for this video. Do not forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Comment down below what you think about Isaiah Thomas. Where do you think he's going to possibly end up? Josh 3Arch, and I'm out.